Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again here on a Sunday on True Sim Productions YouTube channel. This is episode 13, lucky number 13. Tonight we had to, by far one of my favorite tracks of the entire schedule. Love Bristol Motor Speedway, especially in a string of kind of tough races for myself. Joined tonight by Mr. Mark Arthur. Mark, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am doing good. I cannot complain. And Mark, we have a special guest in the booth with us tonight, or on the show with us tonight. He couldn't get his camera to function properly here. Who are we joined with tonight?
None other than the Taylor Stats, Rain Man, NASCAR Rain Man, Butcher Benjamin, whatever you want to call him.
Oh, that's new. I never heard of Rain Man. But how's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good, Taylor. I'm excited to have you on, right? Because you're the typical guest. Whenever I had all these ideas in my head, I wanted to make the pre-race show almost game show format, right? But NASCAR style with like kind of trivia questions. So got a few segments that will come along today, and if you notice in the middle of the screen here, we have chat now. So thank you, Mark Arthur, for giving us a chat in the middle. We can finally see it. Let's dive right into our first segment of the day. Driver Spotlight. It is on none other than Mr. Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Before we even go over your current season, talk to us about yourself. Where are you from? How old you are? That kind of stuff. Let's get to know Taylor off the track.
Well, I'm 27 years old. I originally grew up in the Baltimore County, but now I'm up just above the Maryland line in Ortana, Pennsylvania. Right now, I currently go to Penn State Mont Alto, but of course we just wrapped up the semester about a month ago, so I'm about laying low for another couple of months till the next semester begins. So yeah, I enjoy going to college. I enjoy going. I've been on iRacing since 2017, been in Blazing Pedals since 2019 in the truck series. And yeah, it's been really fun.
Right on, folks. We do apologize for that. Mark, I think you got a fan blowing on you or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to move.
So is mine, actually.
Well, you're good, Taylor. Just picking up Mark's a little bit. You're good, Mark. If it's gonna be hot, I'll just turn you down a little bit whenever you're not speaking. But so that's pretty cool. What's your favorite iRacing track? Like, what's the one track on your schedule?
Well, hard to narrow down just one in particular. I mean, obviously, I enjoyed restricted plate tracks. Mark here will be looking at me like crazy, I'm sure.
Right, yeah.
But I guess as far as you want to consider a quote-unquote real racetrack, as some people would say, I really enjoyed racing at Charlotte. I mean, it's kind of the home track for, most NASCAR teams in real life. And plus, I just, for whatever reason, seemed to get around that track pretty well. One year in Blazing Pedals in 2021, but with that Terry Foster 185.
I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, but just always seemed to run well at that track, whether it's Blazing Pedals, whether it's official races or other leagues. So it's a neat track to get around.
Charlotte, that's a track you don't expect to hear a lot, right? And especially plate tracks, right? Those are the tracks you either love them or hate them. Mark, I've never really asked you. I want to say Martinsville is your favorite track.
No, anything flat.
Right. So New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Really?
Martinsville. All those are my.
That's gross. That's gross. New Hampshire is gross and gritty, and just nasty. Well, folks, it is Driver Spotlight. Let's go over what Butcher's currently doing this season. He's currently sitting second in the points right now with very impressive 2 top 5s with a season best finish of second at Atlanta earlier this season. So there you go with restricted plates. It's not a restricted plate track, but it races very similar to one. 8 top 10s. Right? Do what?
Oh, Atlanta's might as well be now, right?
Right. I mean, it's close enough for sure. And then you've had 8 top 10s through 11 races. A question I didn't ask you that I forgot to actually even look at. What kind of equipment are you racing with? Are you VR like most of BPL, and what other stuff are you racing with?
I'm not VR. I'm actually on triple monitors, and I really need to upgrade some of this stuff. But I have the Thrustmaster T150 wheel and pedals. I really do need to upgrade the next month or so. But I've had the stuff for about, let's see, I've had the triple monitor since 18, so about going on 5 years now.
Wow.
I've had the T150 since I first got on iRacing in 17, so going on 6 years. So
Getting longevity out of them.
yep, I mean, I try to take care of my stuff.
Are you in college now, Taylor? Or are you back at home? Or are you
I'm back at home right now, and
mom's or
August.
grandpa's?
Say that again.
You at your mom's or your grandpa?
I'm at my mother's.
I got you. So, for the ones that don't know, we're getting ready to really learn about Taylor. So, whenever he used to race in our Discord chat, it seemed like the races would devolve into basically us just naming random races to try to see if Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, if he can just come out and just somewhere in his brain fish out the race winner. Right? He's very, very impressive with that. So that's going to be in 2 segments. But this next segment we're going to cruise right over to, it is Who's That Driver. So I'm going to give you hints for 5 NASCAR drivers. We'll go one by one. I
was wondering if we were talking about Blazing Pedals drivers or
no,
NASCAR
so
drivers.
this is NASCAR today.
You
But-
know,
All right.
man, you didn't ask him who his favorite driver was.
Oh, sorry. I skipped all that, right? I didn't know how long we were going because one segment's going to take a while, right? But okay, let's see. Who is your favorite driver? Let's go all time first. We'll go around the horn first, all time.
All time is Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's no doubt about
little
that.
E. Okay, I like that.
And I'd say currently, well, even though he's been doing a lot of knucklehead stuff recently, I am a Chase Elliott fan. Although what he did at Charlotte was so wrong on so many levels.
right. It's
As
racing,
long as
right?
you learn from it. As long as you
Yeah,
learn from it.
you just
right?
gotta. People chastise him right over it, but I mean, it happens once a season, twice a season, 3 times a season between other drivers. It just when it happened with the most popular driver, or like with in Bubba's term, the most least popular driver in a lot of people's eyes, it gets blown way bigger and out of proportion. It was bad. It was a bad deal. It could have hurt Denny, right? What about you,
Right.
Mark? Favorite driver all time? I think it's Gordon, right?
I know that. Yeah.
Gordon?
Jeff Gordon.
What about currently? Bubba
Uh,
Wallace?
Larson.
Oh, Kyle Larson. I got you.
Let me add that I've also liked Harvick for a while, and it's kind of bittersweet that he's retiring at the end of this year.
It's gonna be
But
weird.
yeah, it will. But it's going to be pretty neat, I think, having him in the TV booth for Fox next year. And I also really like Ryan Blaney. It's weird. It's weird for me rooting for guys in Fords, but I really like Blaney's personality as well as his talent behind the wheel.
Blaney, I mean, you could see it when he won.
Charlotte, the Coke 600.
Yeah, like the entire NASCAR world was happy for him, right? And that don't normally happen, right? I mean, normally you got somebody that's sour about it, so you could tell Blaney is an off the track good dude too. So I can see that. My
He
favorite,
was on a long winless streak too.
it was like 56 races or something like that. I think they said.
Well, not counting the All-Star race at Texas. So yeah, like almost 2, like Daytona in 2021 was like his last points win. So
Right. All right.
bumped her out.
So my favorite all-time driver is, I mean, it has to be Dale Earnhardt Sr., right? I mean, I guess it's between him and Mark Martin. I was a big Mark Martin fan because of Diecast when I was a kid, and
Respect it.
right. And currently, I mean, he got hated for many, many years. He's actually the jeers have turned to cheers this year. Is Kyle Busch? He's been my favorite driver since he broke his leg and came back. Just something about that. I watched him race at Nashville Fairgrounds, and you could just tell there was levels to the racecraft. And yeah, he was in the best equipment, but he was head and shoulders above the field. So that made me realize the talent that he had that night. And I was pretty young then too. So Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt, kind of similar, kind of not, right? I guess. All right, now let's go over to who's that
You got one
driver.
more question?
What's the question, Mark? Asked it. You don't even know to read the script. I'm surprised you're even reading the script today. What's the question?
It's the one you wanted to ask him.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
So
Oh,